on the Plaza. It's our new segments giving us a chance to highlight our local animal shelters and rescue organizations, while also discussing important topics impacting you and your furry friends. With the 4th of July around the corner, pet parents are preparing for the loud sounds of fireworks and large crowds that often scare our animals. Holly's on the Plaza this morning with Andi Anderson, the Senior Director of Philanthropy and Outreach with PAWS, and an adoptable dog named Astoria, who just arrived at PAWS from California. Holly.
Tyra, thank you. Yes, Astoria is beautiful, full of so much life. Andi, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Having the two of us today.
Oh my gosh, we're happy to have you. Independence Day next week, celebrating 4th of July. It's an exciting time for humans.
Definitely.
It's not always an exciting time for our pets, though. Why is 4th of July so stressful?
Well, you know, those big booms and flashing lights can cause a lot of stress and fear for our pets. And that's actually something that can really cause them to panic during this time. At PAWS, we see an uptick in animals coming into our shelter as strays after the 4th of July. And so the #1 thing that pet parents can do in preparation for the holiday is make sure that their pet's ID tags and microchip information is up to date. Make sure that ID tag is securely attached to a nice, well-fitted collar. And that way you can increase the chance that in the event that the worst case scenario happens and they do get out during the 4th of July, they can be reunited with you quickly.
We know that the booms of fireworks are so stressful. What other stressors around 4th of July can impact our pets?
Yeah, so there's a lot of hazards that can come up with the 4th of July, particularly, you know, if you're going to a gathering, there's probably going to be barbecue food. So you want to be mindful of things like chocolate, onions, alcohol. Make sure those things are well out of reach of your pets. Also, if you're celebrating, you know, glow sticks, sparklers, fireworks, debris, that can be pretty harmful. That can be pretty harmful to pets. So make sure you do a nice, good cleanup after the holiday so that they don't ingest anything or get entangled in anything.
Yeah, no grapes either,
That's right,
Absolutely
no grapes.
Not. What about for wildlife? What are some other things we should be thinking about when it comes to wildlife around the 4th of July holiday?
Right. I mean, as you can imagine, that is a pretty terrifying experience for those wild animals. So the #1 thing that we can do is, of course, find non-firework ways to celebrate. That's why we're really happy that cities like Seattle are moving to more drone-based celebrations. And then if you are partaking in the holiday at home, again, just like with pets, those firework debris, that can be super dangerous for wild animals. So do a really good cleanup after you've participated in the holiday.
And Andi, you mentioned some really good things to do before, which we
Yes.
still have a couple of days. Let's just go over those one more time.
Yes.
Make sure your pet is properly ID'd.
Yes.
Give me a few other pointers, just because people do have time before the 4th of July to do these
Absolutely.
things.
You know, if you still have time to get into your veterinarian and you have a pet that you know experiences pretty severe stress, you can talk to your veterinarian about the potential options to help make your pet more comfortable. Sometimes that can be supplements, particular food, prescription medication. But again, that's something you want to jump on now so that you still have time to get that organized.
All right, let's get to Astoria.
Please.
She is just a doll. I know. She is the star of the show right now.
She really is.
Okay, tell us about her. So she's actually from California,
She
right?
is, yeah. She is from Los Angeles. She was part of a group of about 100 animals that was brought up to our area on Wednesday in the ongoing efforts to help animals that were displaced by the California wildfires. Obviously, you can tell she is just a super fun girl. She's about 11 months old, weighs around 35 pounds. We're calling her a husky mix.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're still getting to know her since she came up on Wednesday. But what I can tell you so far is that she just loves people and animals. She loves interacting and connecting. You can tell she's been trying to say hi to everyone that's been walking through the plaza. So she's looking for a home that can be active with her, have lots of fun, maybe work with her on some basic obedience and potty training, and just give her a really great, loving home.
She is so sweet, though. She's such a people dog.
Really
you can
is.
tell. Every time a group walks by, she just wants to say hi in her own way.
I know, she does. She
Oh,
really
my
does.
goodness.
Yeah, so she's available for adoption today at our PAWS location in Linwood.
Okay.
So when we open at noon, you can come by and meet her and see if she's a good match.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.